Everyone is told the same lie. Save your money, be patient, play it safe, and everything will work out. But something feels off. People save for years, yet feel poorer. Prices rise quietly. Savings stay still. Banks smile politely. Interest stays near zero. The system praises discipline, but rewards something else. This is the mystery. Why do savers struggle? Why does patience feel punished? The answer isn't personal. It's historical. It's structural. It's designed. To understand this, we go back in time, before credit cards, before digital money, before central banks. Money once meant gold. Physical, limited, hard to create. Saving worked then because money held value. Banks stored wealth. They didn't manufacture it. Governments couldn't print at will. Spending was slower. Growth was slower, but stable. Then war changed everything. Governments needed funds. Gold was restrictive. Paper was flexible. Promises replaced metal. Trust replaced limits. Central banks gained power. Money became policy, not scarcity. Interest rates became tools. Saving became adjustable. Debt became essential. Growth required borrowing. Borrowing required spending. Spending became patriotic. After World War II, consumer economies exploded. Homes, cars, appliances. Credit fueled it all. Savings slowed circulation. So, incentives changed. Rates were lowered. Loans became cheaper. Debt felt normal. Savers earned less. Borrowers gained more. Quietly, the rules flipped. The system evolved, but the advice didn't. People kept saving. The system moved on, and the gap began. This is where people feel the pressure. Saving feels slower every year. Prices rise quietly. Paychecks lag behind. Banks offer nothing in return. Interest feels like an insult. This system expects movement. Money must circulate. Still, money is punished. Spending is rewarded. Borrowing is normalized. Debt fuels growth. Growth feeds the system. If people stop spending, everything slows down. Businesses panic. Markets react. Governments intervene. Rates are adjusted. Money is injected. Savers absorb the cost. Inflation does the work. Silently. No headlines. No announcements. Just erosion. This is not personal. It is structural. Modern economies depend on velocity. Velocity requires participation. Participation requires risk. Avoiding risk becomes risky. Cash loses power. Assets gain value. This creates imbalance. Those with assets surge ahead. Those without fall behind. Not from laziness, from positioning. The system amplifies ownership. It dilutes waiting. People sense this imbalance. They feel anxious. Even while doing everything right, saving feels pointless. Investing feels mandatory. Fear drives decisions. Markets grow emotional. Volatility increases. Confidence becomes fragile. Every boom builds pressure. Every bust releases it. Then the cycle money is printed. Assets recover first. Wages recover last. Savers recover never. This pattern repeats. Different crises, same response. Same winners, same losers. The Cantillon effect explains it. Money enters unevenly. Early receivers benefit. Late receivers pay. Banks are first. Markets follow. Workers come last. Prices rise before wages. Savings lag behind reality. People blame themselves, but the design is working. This system doesn't reward patience. It rewards exposure. It rewards leverage. It rewards ownership. Saving alone is incomplete. It protects time, not growth. Growth belongs to assets. Ownership captures inflation. Cash absorbs it. This is the real divide. Not rich versus poor, but owners versus waiters. Understanding this changes behavior, not recklessly. Strategically, savers must adapt, not abandon discipline, but expanded defense plus participation. Stability plus exposure. This is the shift nobody explains. Inflation is the silent force. It doesn't steal loudly. It erodes patiently. Every year, money buys less, but savings stay static. This is not accidental. Inflation encouraged movement. Spending keeps economies alive. Saving slows velocity. Velocity drives growth. So inflation becomes policy, low enough to ignore, high enough to matter. Savers feel confused. They did nothing wrong, yet fall behind. Because cash doesn't grow. Assets do. Stocks rise. Real estate inflates. Businesses scale. Owners benefit first. Workers benefit last. This gap widens yearly not by effort, by positioning. The wealthy don't outwork inflation. They outrun it through ownership, through leverage, through exposure. Savers wait. Owners participate. That's the difference. Financial education rarely explains this because it's uncomfortable. It challenges morality. It questions fairness. So, people blame habits. Coffee, streaming, small expenses. But the real leak is structural. Wages trail inflation. Always have. Always will. Central banks admit it quietly. Asset inflation is tolerated. Consumer inflation is feared. So money flows upward. Assets are protected. Savings are sacrificed. This is why bubbles form. Too much money. Too few safe places. People chase returns. Risk increases. Crashes follow. Then resets happen. Money is injected again. The cycle repeats. Each cycle favors insiders. Each reset widens gaps. Savers re-enter weaker. Owners re-enter stronger. This is why trust erodes. People feel the game is rigged because structurally it is not against people but against stillness. The system punishes waiting, rewards motion, rewards risk, rewards ownership. Understanding this changes strategy, not recklessly, but intentionally. Savings alone are incomplete. They need direction. They need protection. They need participation. This is the truth. Savers never hear. People try to fix the problem. They look for hacks, side hustles, budget apps, motivational advice, but the pressure remains because the system stays the same. Governments promise stability. Central banks promise control. But control has limits. Every fix creates side effects. Lower rates boost markets, but hurt savers. Higher rates slow inflation, but crush workers. There is no perfect solution, only trade-offs. And savers usually pay. Pensions used to help. Guaranteed returns, stable futures, those are disappearing. Companies shifted risk from institutions to individuals. 401k replaced pensions. Responsibility was reframed as freedom, but risk followed. People became investors by force. Whether ready or not, markets became personal. Volatility entered daily life. Every headline feels urgent. Every dip feels dangerous. This creates emotional investing. Fear replaces patience. Greed replaces strategy. Most people buy late, sell early. Repeat the cycle. The system benefits anyway. Fees are collected. Trades are made. Liquidity flows. Losses are private. Gains are concentrated. Education is delayed. Complexity is normalized. Simple truths are buried. Like this, one saving is not enough. Never was. Not anymore. Cash is a buffer, not a builder. It buys time, not freedom. Freedom comes from leverage, from assets, from ownership. This is uncomfortable to hear because it feels unfair, but ignoring it is worse. People who adapt survive. People who resist struggle, not morally, structurally. The system rewards alignment, not intention. You don't fight gravity, you work with it. Financial gravity pulls toward assets, away from idle cash. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. Every decision looks different. Every purchase feels heavier. Every opportunity feels clearer. This awareness is power, not to escape the system, but to navigate it. Most never reach this point. They stay confused, blaming themselves. But now you know, and knowing changes everything. At this point, the pattern is clear. The system isn't broken. It's functioning as designed. It doesn't reward saving alone. It rewards participation. It rewards ownership. It rewards motion. This doesn't mean saving is useless. Saving creates safety. It creates time. It creates choice. But it does not create growth. Growth requires exposure. Exposure requires intention. This is the first takeaway. Safety and growth are different jobs. Don't confuse them. Cash protects today. Assets build tomorrow. The second takeaway is harder. Risk is unavoidable. Avoiding risk is still a risk. Inflation guarantees it. Time guarantees it. The question isn't whether you risk. It's how consciously you do it. Unplanned risk destroys people. Planned risk builds futures. The third takeaway changes everything. The system will not warn you. There is no announcement, no deadline, no reset button. The cost of waiting is invisible until it's irreversible. Most people realize too late, when options disappear, when time runs out. This is the warning. Comfort can be dangerous. Stability can be deceptive. Stillness has a price. But this isn't a message of fear. It's a message of clarity. You don't need to beat the system. You need to understand it. You don't need extreme moves. You need alignment. A buffer for survival. Assets for growth. A plan for time. This is how savers evolve. Not by abandoning discipline, but by expanding it. The future belongs to those who adapt quietly, consistently, intentionally. Most people won't, because comfort feels safer until it isn't. Now you see the structure, you see the incentives, you see the trade-offs. What you do next matters, not tomorrow, not someday. Now, because time doesn't pause, inflation doesn't wait, and systems don't care. If this changed how you see money, share it with someone still confused. Subscribe if you want clarity, not cliches, because understanding money is the first step to escaping confusion. And once you understand the system, you stop playing defense. You start playing strategy.